What is up, everyone? It's your boy, Sir James. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little bit since we've uploaded to this one. Sorry about that. I think, is this our official first video of 2025? I think it is. But we're here to talk about something that I've been seeing floating around the Twitter and the internet a bit. Apparently, some people out there think GTA 6 should be $100. Okay, I've heard. I saw Dexerto tweet about it because apparently, like they're not saying they're the ones who want it, but like apparently there's some people in the games industry that think that it should be. You know what? Let's read up on it together. Actually, games industry hopes GTA 6 costs $100 to justify gaming price hike, says analyst. Okay, publisher Take Two. Okay, according to games industry analyst and veteran game producer Matthew Ball, there is hope within the industry that GTA 6 will cost upwards of $100 to justify another price increase for games. Right? And this all goes with that whole thing that was going on, like, well, it's been going on for a little bit, but last year I saw a lot of it, you know, with a lot of the layoffs in the games industry and stuff like that, which there have been quite a bit. Um, and you know all that stuff, and essentially like another price hike for games, you know, so that the market essentially stays more stable. And you know they're hoping GTA 6 would be the front runner to come out and you know lay it on us, you know, in a way that we would allow it to be acceptable because it's GTA. It's okay, right? Right? You know, that's how they're viewing it. But it's like, no, it's not okay. That's $100 for a game. And I know some of you out there will say, yo, this is not a poor man's hobby, you know. Gaming is an expensive hobby and whatnot. Even though I go to Goodwill and get retro games for the lowest price possible. Yeah, this is an expensive hobby. Shut up, nerds. Yeah, no, none of that bullshit. $100 for any game is obscene. If it's like, you know, we obviously have had games do that where they'll have like a limited edition, collectibles edition, and you know it'll come with, you know, I remember Modern Warfare 2 from way back in the day, not the shitty one that recently came out, the good one back in the day came out with a whole night vision goggle set. Yeah, I remember that. I don't even think that was $100, and maybe it was. I didn't buy it, but like, you know, if it comes to something worthwhile, then it's understandable. It justifies its price. There is nothing that justifies it being the price that it is, especially if they're going to come out with GTA Online, you know, because that's already a moneymaker in its own. You're going to have the shark cards or whatever the hell they're going to be called. You're going to have all these different things in the game that will like most likely be purchasable because I mean that's what GTA Online is that's the only reason it's alive and breathing. So yeah, this price would be insane for something like that. You know, GTA being the ones to start with prices like that, while also having GTA Online, which is a moneymaker, it would just be pretty much shouting at everyone. Yeah, we know we know we know we make money no matter what we make, so we're just gonna abuse it to the fullest extent. That's essentially what it would be. And that's garbage. That's bullshit. Rockstar Games should hopefully know better than that. Yes, but the fact that, you know, they're looking at it like, you know, raise the prices of games to justify, you know, fixing the you know the market and shit like that, fix the gaming industry as a whole. Like they're essentially putting it on the gamers to fix it when in the reality we're not really the ones who started this. Okay? This all started when, you know, we decided to make games look like movies, right? And hire the most expensive of voice actors and motion capture actors and stuff like that. Listen, I understand that's an expensive feat, but in what way is that really the consumer's thing? You telling me every game that comes out has to be one of these hyper realistic fucking movies with buttons? No, they don't have to be. There is a market for everything in gaming. Not everything has to be hyper expensive. Game of the year, Astrobot. How much was it? I forgot. It wasn't a very high amount though. It wasn't as high as most other games are. Let me see. 50 to 75 million, which is it sounds high obviously to the average person, but like in the grand scope of all these other games like, let's see, The Last of Us 2 costs 200 around 220 million for a TV show with buttons. I love The Last of Us 2. Okay, I wouldn't go as far as say love. I like The Last of Us 2 a lot. Okay, I think it's much better than the first game in terms of its story and gameplay loop is fairly similar to the first one, but a little bit better. But it's still they're both still fairly boring games in my opinion. If it hurts you that I said that, I don't know what to tell you. Seek a doctor. But yeah, so 220 million compared to Astrobot's 75 million, right? $75 million to make what one game of the year. The game looks phenomenal. It plays phenomenal. It uses most of like the PlayStation 5's assets. So in a lot of ways it covers all ground without even breaking the bank like all these other games do. You know, granted, there's still lots of people who probably never played it, and that's okay. But what I'm trying to say is there is a market for everything. Not every game has to cost 220 million. Fucking Concord, which was alive for like a week or a month, however long, 400 fucking $1 million for Concord. A game that was removed in less than 3 months, in less than a month, I think. I don't remember the exact time frame, but the fact that it's gone after costing nearly $500 million to make is insane. The real problem with the games industry is shit like this. Shit like this, when they're just spending massive amount of money on an idea they think will work. Concord would have probably did better had come out when Overwatch 1 first made its debut. This could have been their little counterpiece to that. But it coming out when Overwatch 2 was pretty much in its dying state, no one cares about that game anymore like that. And Marvel Rivals is fucking free. I don't remember if Marvel Rivals came out after, but even if it did come out after it, the fact that it's free and still gave everyone what they wanted out of an Overwatch style hero shooter game is insane. You know, like it's shit like that that ruins and hurts the game industry the most. Not the players. I get it. There's a lot of people who love these really high budget, really high graphic games. They love those games, and I understand that, but that doesn't mean every game has to be that. There's tons of markets, tons of areas everywhere for games to be made at much smaller budgets. Indie games are, in my opinion, ruling the games industry right now because there's just so many of them, and there's so many unique twists, so many unique takes on things. You know, like you can play 5 indie horror games or indie games in general with the same concept, and each one will deliver it in a different way. And mind you, they wouldn't cost anywhere near this amount. So imagine if Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo would take some of these indie developers that actually have promise and, you know, put them to work on something that's similar with a higher budget. Not break the bank budget, but a higher budget. You know, like it's just doesn't make sense that they're really trying this, and that the fact that they're everyone's looking at fucking Rockstar like they're the Kendrick Lamar of fucking video games. They're just gonna come out and just start fucking just tell us what's what, and that's it. You know, like listen. We're fans. We're not fans, okay? Like we just want to play video games. I'm not paying $100 for GTA 6, and even if you have the money, I don't think you should, because it's going to start this snowball effect of, well, if they're okay with that game being it, then this game can be too. Bro, who are you? Like, you get what I'm saying? It's one, like, the fact that they're trying to use GTA, a well-known game, a very beloved franchise, even though I thought GTA 5 was mid, to try to start this new wave, this new trend of game prices is insane, and it's so stupid. And I really do hope that's not the case. I don't think that's going to be the case, because again, with GTA Online, they're going to make a profit. They're going to make a huge profit. Hell, listen. We will not see a GTA 7 for a very long time. Is my assumption based on everything. We're not gonna see GTA 7 for a very long time, and that's okay. So long as the game has enough content to hold people down. I know GTA Online will. I likely probably won't be playing it like that, but because I didn't like GTA Online last time. But like. You know, and mind you, I'm not just talking shit. I actually spent a good amount of time on GTA Online when it first dropped, or around the time when it first dropped, and it got boring. nothing they added really sparked my interest. It turned into Saints Row with the flying bikes, and it's like if I want to play Saints Row, I could just play Saints Row, a game that manages to do that silly shit but better. So yeah, GTA 6 should not cost that amount. If you're trying to go for bat, swing for bat and try to agree that they should make it that price because it's GTA, because it's Rockstar Games, then you're an idiot. And you're part of the problem of why the games industry is fucking is on its hands and knees hoping that GTA does this shit. I'm obviously not saying every developer and every company wants this to be the case, obviously, because there's a good amount of them that are actual gamers themselves who look at that shit like that and just like, wait, what? But there are those higher ups, the ones who stay in the background, who don't really get shitted on whenever like a project goes awry, who want this to be the case so that they can also have their companies raise the prices for their games and justify the bullshit that they put out. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if EA is one of the companies that want this shit to go down because it's EA. Like, it's insane, and I genuinely hope this does not end up being the thing. This does not need to become a normal occurrence. I had a fucking problem when Nintendo thought that their games are worth $70. Didn't Tears of the Kingdom come out to be $70? Let me check. Okay, yeah, it was $70, and this is what Bowser had to say about it. Not Peach, not that Bowser. I'm talking about the owner, or I guess the CEO of Nintendo. He says, we look at what the game has to offer. I think fans will find this incredibly full, deeply immersive experience. The price point reflects the type of experience that fans can expect when it comes to playing this particular game. No. That's not how that works. Okay, because there's tons of games that have fulfilling experiences that don't try to do that nonsense, okay? There are games that are funner, that have more to do, more to offer, that don't even think like that. When it comes to Nintendo, it's no secret, hardware-wise, they are always in the back end. And they're okay with that. And as a Nintendo fan, you gotta be okay with that, because that's sort of what you signed up for, and that's okay. But them having prices that are competing against PlayStation 5 games prices, games that cost more to make, and games that just in general have more to them resolution-wise, like, that's the thing. Like, you're justifying costs of what? Tears of the Kingdom didn't cost nearly as much to make as all these other games, so they're just doing it because other companies are doing it. How much did Tears of the Kingdom cost to make? 100 to 150 million, okay? And they're trying to compete that with prices for games that are at $70 that were made using 220 million. The Last of Us 2, for example. And yeah, dude, I just can't stand behind this shit. Like, it's a weird thing. It's one thing if they're like, okay, we want to raise it to 75. Like little increments, I understand, because we have to think about inflation. I'm thinking about inflation. I'm thinking about all these different things. Again, until they tell me why Concord costs so much to make, I don't want to hear shit else. Like, the fact that a game that cost them so much to make could get thrown in the toilet so fast was insane. And that shit like that, actions like that, are what tell me that the games industry, we should not be the ones trying to support the game industry for their setbacks. No, not at all. It's not. No, just make games at a more reasonable price. Like don't spend a fortune on a game that doesn't need it. Like, again, I play a lot of indie games. I do like some AAA games out there, but I can easily tell you, I can play a AAA game and tell you, like, all right, this, it makes sense that they cost this much, but then there's others that just don't. And it's shit like that is going to ruin the games industry, because it's being run like it's a damn movie studio. That's literally that's what the games industry is slowly becoming, is being run almost like games, like a freaking movie studio by some companies. Not all, obviously, but some. And it's like the whatever project they think will make them millions, invest as much as you can into that, see how it pans out, hope that it does good, and bam. Instead of trying to work with newer ideas at a smaller scale, invite them in little by little. Come on, it's not rocket science. Take a look back in the day when a game would come out, right? be pretty bare bones, but it would have a concept or an idea to attract players, right? And then the sequel drops, and now this one has much more. It has much more to do. It has much more to it. It looks better. It plays better because there was investment made in the first game. They saw that people wanted it, so now they can invest more. You don't just start at the jump fucking with it's stupid. And you could use the argument, well, GTA 6 is a jump up from 5, right? I mean, I have to see GTA 6. I mean, a lot of games are a jump up from 5 for me. But I get what you're saying. They each improved in some way upon the other, right? They each sold more than the last, right? It doesn't matter. A $30 increase in price is insane. Unless that shit comes with a really neat collectible, like a really neat collectible, I can't justify that for its standard price. That's insane. That's insane. They are trying to actively make it so that the games industry is pretty much being held down by the gamers only. Like, it's so funny to see shit like that when you got games like Marvel Rivals that are just free. Games like Fortnite that are free. You pay for skins and shit like that, but that's an optional choice. In that aspect, that's like me walking into a store and just picking up what I wanted and paying for it and walking out. But the gameplay and stuff like that, that's what really gets the players in. Focus on that first instead of all this other nonsense. GTA 6 does not need to be no $100. It doesn't. They're gonna have GTA Online, which will more than supply Take-Two's pockets. It's there's no reason at all. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What you think? If you think that this, if you some of you know my hatred, or not hatred, maybe my disdain for GTA 5 and GTA Online, and think that that has part of why I'm saying what I'm saying, you're wrong. I'm seeing this as an industry just thing. If Death Stranding 2, one of my most anticipated games, they were telling me they were going to raise it to $100, like, I wasn't going to be happy about that. Because while I love Death Stranding 1, I knew what it was going to do. I know the ripple effect it was going to have. And that's just it. I'm not just thinking about GTA 6. Like, GTA 6 is probably worth the $100 price point. But the ripple effect that it can and will have on the games industry, that is the problem. If we didn't have to worry about monkey see, monkey do companies seeing what they do and trying to, do it back, then it wouldn't be such an issue. But we know how this works. We know how this goes. So no support. And luckily, I've been seeing all over, people responding saying that they don't think this should be that price point. They wouldn't buy it. So that's a great thing. We still have some gamers with some actual brain cells who don't want to just give into any form of entertainment. Listen, it's okay to want to be entertained. I'm not bashing you or nothing, but you also got to understand that for $100, all these other companies are going to find ways. Even if they don't make it their games $100 too, they will raise it to $80. They will raise it to $85, $95. That window of 70 to 100 is a wide margin, and games will start be coming out with those prices and little to justify it. I'm just saying, like, some game companies will have justifiable prices, I'm sure, but again, you don't want this whole thing just spiraling out of control, because it'll turn from it'll be very quick for that line between greed and reasonable pricing. That line will become blurrier by the day. Like, no, it's a slippery slope, and I don't think it's a good idea. And I think that whoever wants that needs to really sit down and just play a video game. Play a video game that you love, that isn't cost that much money, so that you can remember what gaming is and what it should be, and not what these corporate, I guess, moguls, corporate heads want to make it. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. This is the end of my video. I've been your boy, Sir James. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here. If you want more discussions like these, probably unedited. Yeah, I won't edit it. I won't edit this. I don't feel like editing it. Huh? All right, y'all. Peace out.